Hello and welcome back to JW's Dugout. John here. Happy Friday. And, we've just been cranking out content left and right this week. This is already the third video so far this week, and I'm hoping you guys are enjoying some of the content I've been putting together. I've got some big plans upcoming for future videos, including a new series that may eventually work its way into podcast form. And really that's a big reason I started this channel and why it exists. Not only for the cardboard, which is obviously first and foremost, but also as a platform to tell stories and to kind of piggyback off of my days as a newspaper reporter. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, for this video, the entire focus is the 2025 Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which is this Sunday. And yes, I'll be glued to the TV. I may or may not attempt to head out to a local card show on Sunday for just a short time, perhaps when the kids are napping. But I'll be back in time for the speeches. And, this is basically my version of Christmas morning. I love everything about Induction Sunday. I love everything about the entire weekend when it comes to induction at Cooperstown. Love watching the pre-ceremony festivities, the interviews, everything that goes along with it. So for today's video, what I'm kind of loosely calling cards and considerations, we're going to be doing two separate things. One, we're going to take a look at the newest Hall of Fame class as a supplement to my ongoing Hall of Fame Autos by Class series, which, by the way, if you haven't watched, I released part 2 of that yesterday. But we're going to be focusing on this Hall of Fame class. So we've got Ichiro, we've got Sabathia, Billy Wagner, the list goes on, including 2 incredibly deserving guys that are long overdue. They should have been in a long time ago. And then number 2, we're going to be doing a little prospecting. And I'm not talking about the Bowman variety. We're not going to be looking at young kids who haven't proven anything in the minors yet and are just on the hype machine. These are established major leaguers who are either on the precipice of having Hall of Fame careers or are on track to potentially become Hall of Famers. So there's definitely going to be a lot of modern cardboard mixed into what I talk about today. Vintage lovers, don't panic. We'll be back with some old school cardboard in the next video. I've got a big pickup video planned for probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. But for now, I figured let's stir the pot a little bit. Let's get some debates going in the comments. Who do you think is a lock? Who do you think is overrated? Who do you think is still years away from Cooperstown? But first, let's take a look at this 2025 class, and then we'll go into a little bit of a debate. So let's flip the camera around, and we'll dive right in. All right, guys. So we're going to start off with the class of 2025, the newest inductees, and headlining the list is Ichiro Suzuki. This is his 2022 Topps 5-star. Ichiro has had 393 votes. He was 1 vote shy of unanimous selection, 99.7% of the ballot. 10-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner, AL MVP, racked up over 3,000 hits in Major League Baseball. And then if you take into account what he did in Japan, he's at 4,300 hits. Just an unbelievable career. Just honestly one of the most consistent contact hitters in baseball history. And he's the first Japanese-born position player ever elected. So really happy for him. Really looking forward to his speech. All right. And also, just to throw this one in here, is 2001 Victory PSA 9 rookie card. I'm not exactly sure why I have this, but I have it. So there you go. All right. Next headlining the list is Sabathia. This, again, you'll see a reoccurring theme. I love 2022 Topps 5-star. And CC picked up 86.8% of the vote, first ballot entry as well. He was the 2007 AL Cy Young Award winner, over 250 wins, over 3,000 strikeouts. Between his milestone totals, and obviously he had a pretty amazing postseason pedigree. He was bound to get into Cooperstown. All right, and then we've got Billy Wagner. This is his 1997 Donruss Signature Series. Wagner picked up 82.5% of the vote on his final year of eligibility. One of the most dominant relievers in baseball history. Finished with 422 saves, 2.31 ERA, and really just struggled. I mean, he climbed progressively the BBWAA ballots until he finally got in, but I'm glad to see him get in. Between the elite strikeout rates and just his overall late inning dominance, very much deserving of entry into the Hall of Fame. All right, I know we talked about this one in the last couple videos. Dave Parker, I picked this up a couple weeks back, his 1974 Topps rookie card in a 5.5 SGC. And then I think I also showcased this one a little bit earlier on. This is his 2001 Fleer Greats of the Game auto. I love this set. Just such a beautiful and clean design. And then unfortunately, as it's been well covered, obviously we lost Dave a couple weeks back, a 7-time All-Star, 1978 MVP, 2-time batting champ, over 2,700 hits, 339 homers. Long overdue. Finally got in via the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee. All right, and last but certainly not least is, once again, another 2001 Fleer Greats of the Game. I love this set. Dick Allen. 7-time All-Star, 1964 Rookie of the Year. He won the AL MVP in 72, I believe. He slugged over 530 over his career. And once again, he also got in via the Era Committee, and after years of falling short with the writers, so just very well deserving. Glad to see these guys recognized. So I'm really excited to hear some of these speeches and also to see how they go about commemorating Parker. But for now, let's kind of switch gears. Let's look at some future Hall of Famers. We'll look ahead to the next couple of ballots and then take a look at some of the active players. And please, as we go through this, keep in mind some guys who you might think are deserving might potentially not be included here on my list. And that could be an oversight on my part. That could be that I don't have their autos. I obviously can't include everyone, but this is kind of the basis of this video. It's a basis for debate. I'm also not gonna rehash every single person who's up for election via committee vote, because honestly, we would be here all day. So let's stack these up real quick, and then we are gonna shift over to the next couple of classes. So 2026 honestly is not looking very promising. The list is pretty bleak. I mean, you've got guys like Ryan Braun, Shin-Soo Choo, Gio Gonzalez, Cole Hamels, who had a really good career, Matt Kemp. I mean, there's some names on this list, but nobody who's gonna end up getting in first ballot or maybe even ever. So that is likely gonna be dictated by guys who are teetering on the precipice of 75%, guys like Andrew Jones and Carlos Beltran, which we'll get to in a little bit. So moving forward to the 2027 class, and for these next couple classes, I'll just go with those who I know for sure will eventually get in. And in 2027, for sure, Buster Posey. This is, once again, another 2022 Topps 5-star. This is out of 24 of 25. I love these cards, especially with the blue background there. Posey's a 3-time World Series champ, 2012 MVP, 7-time All-Star. Really just the face of that Giants dynasty when they won all those World Series. Short career, but in a similar capacity to like a guy like Sandy Koufax. Obviously, Sandy's a pitcher. Was just dominant, which a great individual player for a short period of time in the grand scheme of things. But I think he's definitely going to get in. I think he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. All right, in 2028, very easy. Yadier Molina, Albert Pujols for sure are going to be in. And this is a 2023 Topps 1988 design in a PSA 9. Molina's a 9-time Gold Glove catcher with 10 All-Star selections, 2 World Series titles. Not the greatest offensive numbers, but what he lacks there, he made up for in defense and leadership. And then, I mean, what can you say about Pujols? I know people they're kind of skeptical of his numbers early on in his career. Was it fueled by something a little bit more? We won't get into that debate. People have their opinions, but you can't deny. This is, by the way, this is a 2022 Topps Transcendent, and no, I didn't get this through a latent break. I purchased it off eBay, and it came in this case. I just want to make that abundantly clear. His numbers are so impressive. 3-time MVP, over 700 career home runs. I think he's at 703. Over 3,300 hits, 11 All-Star appearances. Just if you had the definition of an automatic first ballot selection, it would be this guy. Really happy to have picked up his auto as well. 2029, another clear-cut one, Miguel Cabrera. Guy's amazing. This is his 2022 Topps 5-star. 2-time MVP, 12-time All-Star. One of only 7 players to achieve 500 home runs and 3,000 hits. For sure going to be a first ballot. And then you've also got Joey Votto. I don't think he's going to actually be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I go back and forth on this a lot. This is, by the way, his 2022 Topps Chrome Black auto. Picked this up shortly before he retired, or shortly after he retired, rather. But he was the NL MVP in 2010, 6-time All-Star, elite on-base skills, just consistent production, great player. But I don't know if he's going to be a first ballot. I think he's definitely going to get in, but we shall see. All right. At the risk of making this video way too long, which I'm going to try to skim over some of these guys. I'll show the cards. I won't go into all their credentials. I'll leave some notes on a few of them, but I don't want this video to drag on too long. So we're going to start with other possibilities. These are guys who have retired who I think are eventually going to get in. Andrew Jones, my guy, of course, being a Braves fan. This is his 2022 Topps Finest. He had 66.2% of the vote in 2025, 10-time Gold Glove winner. He should have been in already, I think. I mean, you back it up with 430 home runs. People still are skeptical about his cleanliness, if you will. But, I mean, you can't deny one of the greatest center fielders in baseball history. The other guy I think will get in, and he was at 70.3% of the vote in 2025. That's Carlos Beltran. This is his 1999 SP Authentic. 9-time All-Star, 430 homers. Wonderful postseason player, but the problem is, I mean, obviously that Astros sign stealing scandal. But I think he still finds his way in. Another guy, obviously, with the more recent news, Pete Rose. I just have a suspicion that he's going to end up eventually getting in through the Veterans Committee. I feel like baseball has changed quite a bit with their stance on steroid, obviously their stance on gambling, but this is MLB's all-time hit king, 4,256. And then it becomes a separate debate. If he gets in, does Joe Jackson get in? Who was the better player? It's so hard to tell nowadays where people's minds are at. But obviously deserving, if you take away the whole betting portion of his his persona. Another guy I think is on the rise who's going to get in. He had 39.8% of the vote in 2025. Chase Utley. Good blend of power, defense, postseason moments, and he seems to really be on the rise. So I would not be surprised if he gets in. Another guy, Lou Piniella. This is his 2001 Fleer Greats of the Game. Over 1,800 wins as a manager. World Series champion with the Reds. I think he eventually gets in through the Contemporary Era Committee. And then, kind of in the same vein, Dusty Baker. This is his 2014 Topps Tier 1. It's out of $299. Disregard the price. 2-time World Series winning manager. Over 2,200 wins. Just a very, very much a prominent figure in baseball history. And then the other guy whose career is over, who I think eventually gets in, is Zach Greinke. This is his 2006 Flair Showcase. He's got the credentials. He's a Cy Young Award winner, over 220 wins, 2,900 strikeouts. Longevity. he had a peak there where he was super dominant. I think he's got pretty good odds to get in. Okay, now this is where we're going to kind of fly through things, because I know we're already pushing whatever it is, like 15 minutes on this video. We're going to take a look at active players. We're going to start with those who I think are virtually guaranteed to get in the Hall of Fame, and we're going to fly through this. First up, this is his 2023 Top Stadium Club, numbered 1 of 25 right there, Mike Trout. I know the injuries, I know the downtick, if you will, but a 3-time MVP, 11-time All-Star, pushing 400 homers. I think he eventually finds his way in, for sure. All right, another lock. Justin Verlander has been horrible this season, but come on, guys. He's what, 42? This is his 2007 SPX. Young Star signatures. 3-time Cy Young Award winner, MVP, World Series champion, 3,400 strikeouts, first ballot Hall of Famer for sure. All right. Clayton Kershaw. This is his 2013 Topps Tribute out of 50. 2014 MVP, 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Absolute lock. How about Max Scherzer, 2010 Topps Allen and Ginter. Horrible design. This card is so ugly, if I'm being completely honest. But it's got Scherzer in his Tigers uni. 3-time Cy Young Award winner, over 3,300 strikeouts, 2 no-hitters. He's a lock. Put him in. All right, my guy, Freddie Freeman. This is out of 99 from 2018 Topps Tribute. MVP winner, over 2,100 hits. Mr. Consistency. I think at this stage of his career, he's a lock. Another guy who's been battled injuries, battled a health concern early in the season, but I still think he's definitely on the trajectory. He's just having a down year. This is Mookie Betts. This is his 2015 Topps Heritage, the 51 collection, and his Red Sox get-up. 6-time Gold Glove winner, MVP, 2-time World Series champ. I think he's on his way. One guy whose autograph I don't have, it's on my short list to pick one up. Shohei Ohtani. This is his rookie. I mean, I know, like, I don't know how, like, at this point you don't put him in. I mean, he's just unbelievable. The production, everything he's able to do on the field, just super, super impressive. He's already made history. And then speaking of history, this guy is going to be alongside DiMaggio, Mantle. I mean, Gary, he's going to be up there in Yankees lore. Aaron Judge. This is his 2022 Topps Pristine. He's got the MVP award. He's got the single season American League home run record at 62. I mean, you take a look at his stats this year, it's video game like. What he can do on the ball field is pretty incredible. All right. Moving right along, players likely to earn induction. We're going to go super quick on this because I've got a lot. These are guys that I think are teetering. I don't know for sure if they're going to get in, but they've got the credentials. We are going to start with, let's see here, 2022 Topps 5-star Paul Goldschmidt, 7-time All-Star, MVP, consistent slugger, still finding success as a Yankee into his late 30s. And we've got Francisco Lindor. This is 2020 Topps Tribute out of 150. 4-time All-Star, elite defender. He's going to have to get going in the second half of his career, but I think he's en route. Another guy is Manny Machado. This is his 2018 Topps Tier 1 out of 60. 2-time Gold Glove winner, 1,700 plus hits, 300 plus homers. I think he's on his way. This guy is actually, I think, getting close to being a lock, and I don't know, you guys might disagree. Bryce Harper. This is his 2018 Topps Transcendent out of 25. Two-time MVP. I think he's at 350 home runs. He's got clutch postseason moments. He appears to be on his way. How about Jose Ramirez, 2023 Topps Finest, 5-time All-Star, one of the best switch hitters in baseball, and also incredibly underrated. I know he's a quote-unquote superstar. So underrated, though. All right, Nolan Arenado. This is on his 2020 Topps Heritage. One of the best defensive third basemen of all time. 10-time Gold Glove winner, 7-time All-Star, over 300 homers. Okay, this one is going to spark some debate. Jose Altuve. This is his 2018 Topps 5-star. He's got the MVP award. He's got the 8-time All-Star nods. He's got the classification as a postseason hero, even though it's tainted. I mean, whether he was fully involved or not, he's still part of that team, and that's gonna carry with him for a long time. So, I guess Carlos Beltran is the first example. If he gets in, does it make the path for Altuve easier? I don't know. But, I mean, his production has been pretty impressive. All right. This guy has a ways to go, but I do think Juan Soto is on the path for sure. This is his 2021 Topps Heritage. 400-plus career on-base percentage, World Series title, elite power, crazy contract. He's got a ways to go. I love this card, though. I left some of the guys out, like Acuna, like some of the guys that just haven't fully established themselves from a long-term statistic perspective. Here's one guy who I think over the course of the last couple of years has really put his name back on the map to be headed to Cooperstown, and that's Chris Sale. This is the god ugly 2017 Topps 5-star. This design is just ugh. But this auto was incredibly cheap. I think I paid $10 for it. 7-time All-Star, 2018 World Series hero. He's got the Cy Young Award. If he can stay healthy, that's been kind of the mark on his career. Can he stay healthy? All right, you gotta put some pitchers in the hall, and you know there's not gonna be many that hit the 300 plateau. You know, once some of these other guys get in, it's gonna be hard to come by. But Garrett Cole, this is his 2021 Topps Heritage. Can he stay healthy? Is the big thing. 6-time All-Star, AL Cy Young Award winner. He's dominant when he's on, but he's got to stay on the field. All right, this guy's actually a lock. I don't even know why I have him in this list. Bruce Bochy will be a Hall of Famer. This is his 2020 Topps Archive. 4-time World Series winning manager. 3 with San Francisco, 1 with Texas. He's in. All right, I feel like I have to include a closer here, so I'm gonna go with, this might be a little biased because he's a former Brave, but I do think Craig Kimbrell gets in the Hall of Fame. 2011 Topps Tier 1. This is out of 699. I think this is this technically a rookie auto? I don't know. But one of the most dominant closers of his era. More than 400 saves. I think, like, obviously the latter portion of his career kind of hurts his odds. But when he was on, man, was he dominant. Okay, 2 more to go. This guy I went back and forth on. It's tough. This is his 2013 Topps Tier 1 out of 399. Salvi Perez. World Series MVP, 8-time All-Star, one of the game's best power-hitting catchers. I think maybe long-term, if he gets enough support, he gets in. But great player and a staple with Kansas City for, a number of years. All right, lastly, this one it might be a little controversial. I mean, he's making a comeback this year, and I don't know, like, how much does he have in him? Can he stay healthy? It's Jacob deGrom. This is his 2016 Topps Tech auto. two-time Cy Young Award winner and one of the most dominant pitchers over the peak of his career. And like I said, it all boils down to, can he stay healthy and can he add to his totals? I think that's the most important thing. But I know, guys, this has been an incredibly long video. I appreciate those of you who've actually stuck around to watch it. That's my list. I want to know what you think now. If you made it through all the way here, drop a comment. Let me know which autograph you enjoyed the most, or if you agree or disagree with me on these predictions. But I want to hear from you. Thanks for stopping by the Dugout. As always, I appreciate every single one of you who watches these videos. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and then, as I mentioned, comment away. All right, we'll see you next time.